Hey YouTube, welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down some more practice exam questions to help get you ready to really tackle those exams so that, we're putting our best foot forward when it comes to answering these exam questions and ultimately passing. So stay tuned. Okay, so let's dive into it. A social worker received a court order from a judge requesting the records of a client the social worker has been working with for 2 years. The social worker knows that disclosure of the client's records would cause harm to the client and requested that the order be retracted. The judge denied the social worker's request. What should the social worker do next? Should the social worker A, insert privilege on the client's behalf to protect the client from the harm of having their records exposed? Should the social worker B, advocate to limit the order as narrowly as possible to only provide the judge with what's needed? Should the social worker C, send the judge all of the client's records? Or D, edit the client's records by removing any potentially harmful information before sending the records over to the judge? Take a second, pause, reread the question, reread the answer choices, narrow it down, and pick your best answer, and we can go from there. Okay, so if you picked B, you are correct. Wait a second, Ray. Wait. Why is that the correct answer? How is that the correct answer? A judge requested a client's records. You have to send it to them. It's the judge, the court order. Like, what are you talking about, Ray? According to the NASW Code of Ethics 1.07 Privacy and Confidentiality, Section J, social workers should protect the confidentiality of clients during legal proceedings to the extent permitted by the law. When a court of law or other legally authorized body orders social workers to disclose confidential or privileged information without a client's consent, and such disclosure could cause harm to the client, social workers should request that the court withdraw the order or limit the order as narrowly as possible or maintain the records under seal, unavailable for public inspection. So when we go back up and look at the question, A, insert privilege on the client's behalf to protect the client from the harm of having their records exposed. Because the request is coming from a judge, being court ordered, we cannot insert privilege. Inserting privilege is like our superpower as the social work professional to activate on behalf of the client to pretty much say, no, we're not going to send it. No, we deny that request. Unless the client, of course, wants us to, then, of course, by all means, we will, because we have the client's permission and everything, their consent. But if it's coming from, if we're getting a subpoena from like a lawyer, like a spouse or anyone outside of, again, the court, the judge, etc., because they have more authority, we're able to insert that privilege on the client's behalf. In this case, we can't insert that. We can't insert privilege on the client's behalf because it's coming from a judge. For C, send the judge all the client's records. Remember, like we just went over, according to the NASW Code of Ethics 1.07 Privacy and Confidentiality, Section J, social workers should protect the confidentiality of clients during legal proceedings to the extent permitted by the law. When a court of law or other legally authorized body orders social workers to disclose confidential or privileged information without a client's consent, and such disclosure could cause harm to the client, social workers should request that the court withdraw the order or limit the order as narrowly as possible or maintain the records under seal, unavailable for public inspection. So with this being said, we would want to, if this was one of the answer choices, we're only working with what we got of A, B, C, and D. We could say, hey, could you just, you don't need these things. Like these things over here, you don't need them. And we tried to do that right here. The social worker knows that disclosure of the client's records would cause harm to the client and requested that the order be retracted. So we said, hey, judge, like, could we just like not send you the records? And the judge said, no, I want the records. And we're like, oh, okay. Well, I get it. You want the records, but do you need like all the records, right? Because, you know, it says right here, we've been working with the client for 2 years. Let's say the reason why the judge is requesting the records in the first place, it has so much to do with this section over here or this time frame, right? They don't necessarily need to know about any like childhood trauma the client may have experienced or just other areas like that. And, you know, we don't want that exposed to literally other people, because remember, if we hand the records over to the judge, other eyes are going to be on the records, right? They're going to be able to see any and everything that was discussed during our time with that client. And if they've been there for 2 years, long-term therapy, they've probably been discussing, you know, forms of trauma or whatever it may have been, right? And if the judge is more so requesting the records because they want to know this bit of information or that bit of information, right? They don't need all of it. We want to say, hey, judge, okay, you're requesting the records, and okay, can we just send you like certain, because I've been working with the client for like 2 years, and we don't need to know like all that information over here that has nothing to do with whatever the reason the judge may have been requesting the records in the first place. And the judge could say, okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, just give me like this portion, and we don't need that other portion over there. Or the judge could say, no. I want everything. Give me I want all of it. Now, if it said that, then yes, we would have to send the judge all of the records because we tried, and the judge said, nah, I want it all. But again, we want to advocate on the client's behalf to say, at first, if we have that option choice to say like, do you really need these records? Can we just like not send them? And then if they do say, the judge that is being court-ordered, no, I want them all, then we would have to proceed with handing over the records. Scrolling back down, I actually made a YouTube video about a year ago breaking this down more in depth. A link will be in the description of this video here. On my YouTube channel, it's titled LSW/LCSW Subpoena versus Judge / Court Order. And again, I did it about a year ago, and it really breaks down, you know, subpoena coming from a lawyer, a judge. So check out that video just to get some more information, so we're a bit more confident when we see these type of questions on the exam. I definitely think it'll help. Okay guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. I plan to keep coming out with more content to really help you guys get ready to really tackle these exams, and you go into the exam with confidence, whether it's the LSW, LCSW, because I know like these exams could just be overwhelming, and it's just like I'm not like fully getting it. And stay consistent with your studying, whatever outline you set for yourself, and breathe. It's okay. We're gonna study, get prepared, really tackle these exams, and we're gonna go and get that license. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, share with a social work friend, and you got this. I'll see you next video. Bye.